I mean, Tom, I know you mentioned it already, but Kyle McCord. What a day to be Kyle McCord.
Yeah.
You know, like
looks like I wasn't the problem after all. Now was
I? It's all Kyle McCord's fault, because I tell you what, Kyle McCord had a great day. Now, granted, I mean, Will Howard might have had a great day against Miami's defense too. You know, we need to be comparable about this, but career day. I mean, just phenomenal performance by Kyle McCord. Shootout win against Miami. The Hurricanes go up 21-0 and lose 42-38, costing themselves a shot in the ACC championship game, putting themselves on the bubble for the college football playoff. And now you sit at home thinking about those missed opportunities against Georgia Tech and the many, many missed opportunities that you had against Syracuse. I don't know how much this dominated or rotated through your afternoon window here on Saturday, but any thoughts on the result or what it means?
I mean, they were up 21-0.
Yep.
Like, this was like the opposite of every Miami game, where typically we would see them struggle early and then just completely pull away and take it over in the fourth quarter. I was like, oh, wow. When they jumped out to 21-0 lead, because I was live blogging Ohio State, Michigan. So most of my attention had to be on that game, but I was keeping an eye on it. And I was like, oh my God, Miami's finally going to do it. They're finally just going to blow the doors off of somebody and have a resounding win. And then I'm looking over every once in a while. It's like, game's getting closer. And then it was tied, and yeah. I mean, do you think they still get in?
I mean, action left to be settled. You know, I think that the SMU Miami result is probably going to matter, you know, the SMU Clemson result will end up mattering, at least in terms of if Clemson wins that game, now all of a sudden SMU becomes a potential at-large candidate that could be slotted ahead of Miami. And I think that would be problematic for the Hurricanes.
What did we think about the field goal attempt?
I really like how – that's what I just said. I went on CBS Sports HQ after the 3:30 window. We were ripping through recaps and highlights. I mean, if you're watching this live, flip on CBS Sports HQ. I'll pop up at some point in the next 20 minutes. No, it's live. It's live as always. And that was my thought. I was like, why in the world did you think your defense was going to get a stop? Like, what about the math of, okay, we're going to kick this field goal, but then we're going to get a stop, then we're going to get the ball back, and then we're going to score again, when even the offense wasn't as efficient in the second half as it had been early on. Like, I wasn't with it at all.
I know everybody's going to expect me to rip Mario for this. I don't totally hate it, because I feel like it is a move that increases your chance to win the game, but also potentially increase your chance to lose it at the same time. Does that make sense? Like,
yes.
Like you didn't want to go to overtime. You would rather set yourself up to try to go get the win. Is that what you're
playing for overtime is playing to flip a coin, right? Like it's not like, okay, like you're extending your life, but you're not really extending your chance to live. You know, it's almost
that's depressing.
What do they say? If you get kidnapped, like your best chance to get out alive is to get out within the first couple of minutes, right? That sort of thing. So, but yes, to Chip's point, like, did you really think your defense was going to get a stop? Because you didn't get very many stops there in the second half, like at all. And Syracuse moving the ball pretty well. Now, I think the counter is you go for that. It's what, 4th and goal from the 10. So not a real high probability play.
9 or 10, yeah.
But like not a 4th and 5 type situation. You go for that, you don't get it. Do you think your defense is going to get you a stop there either? Like the variable of the defense getting a stop in some ways has to be taken away from it, I guess, because you're going to need to get a stop at some point to win this game, whether it is field goal, whether it is touchdown, whether it is an overtime. Like, you're going to have to get a stop at some point. I really didn't have like a major problem with that. Maybe Miami doesn't know how to play with a big lead, right? I mean, they've kind of come from behind a lot this year and come back and even covered games, but it felt like they let off the gas offensively, like lost focus. They started getting sloppy. Restrepo got dinged up a little bit, so that certainly hurt them some with the fumbles there. But man, I was pretty shocked at just how bad Miami secondary played. Like, they got roasted again, and maybe I shouldn't have been shocked. Like, the Syracuse is one of the better passing attacks they've faced too, just as Miami was one of the better passing attacks that Syracuse had faced.
Okay, so the people were asking for it. If you're watching live, that's I had to scurry a little bit.
Oh, did you get it?
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, I know it's Fran Brown's tenure, but considering the stakes, it's probably appropriate, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Close your eyes for me. Visualize this. You're in the Carrier Dome. The house is filled. The feeling is
Electric.
The noise is deafening. You have a defense that is relentless. You have a special teams that has been well coached. You have an offense that will not huddle. And you have a game that's faster than you've ever seen on turf. Open your eyes. That's going to be a reality. That's going to be Syracuse football.
After I'm gone.
All right.
I mean, can we remix Fran's like post-game speech?
Well, listen, winners get washed is going to get clipped. That's on the off-season to-do list for sure.
But he also he told Dabo, he's like, "You're welcome, Dabo." He thanked Kirby Smart. He did a whole bunch of stuff during his post-game.
I just want to say, he said, he didn't give us the full Sharon Moore. Like, I want to thank Coach Harbaugh, then God. He went right into the camera. He said, I want to say thank you to Coach Smart for the message you gave me. It really meant a lot. I want to say, you're welcome, Dabo Sweeney. Yeah, he said Fran Brown might be coaching Illuminati.